Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of the giant Diamondhead figure from the new Ben 10 reboot. So these are just basically large-scale figures that all they do is B's big figure. There's Diamondhead forearms and I believe Heat Blast. I might pick up the other two later if they go on sale, but I really didn't need all of them. But I picked up Diamondhead because he's my favorite, so I figured we'd take a look at it. But like I said, they're basically just larger-ish, I guess, 10-inch figures. They don't do anything, like there's no lights or voices, which actually I think would have been kind of nice, just because usually larger figures like this are accompanied by that. But overall, it's just kind of a pretty nice, larger-scale figure. There's not really a whole lot to write home about. He's got that same exact facial expression that the basic line figure has and the power-up figures line has, which is kind of annoying, and I'll bring one of those in a second. But that's the only real complaint I have about this. Otherwise, it does the job of just kind of looking like a nice large-scale Diamondhead figure. It's got pretty nice articulation. You can move the arms in and out and around, a little bit of elbow articulation, but kind of like the smaller figures, it's hindered by the fact that he's got these large blocks that sort of, well, block him. But you have nice leg articulation here as well, swiveling and twisting ball joints. I'm already showed off a little bit, but his head can move ever so slightly up and down and side to side, which is kind of nice. So you can't really get him in a huge amount of poses. It would be nice to have a little bit more articulation going on for him, just to get him in a little bit more variety of poses, possibly looking like he's about to shoot off a diamond, and it's kind of hard to, not to get it in that type of pose, but just for it to look natural or kind of cool in a way, which is kind of unfortunate. And my only other complaint about it look-wise is that the Omnitrix looks a little funny to me. I'm not sure what it is. I think that it's, the way it's like sort of indented only here just looks kind of weird. I don't know, it could just be me, but there's just something weird about it. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to write home about this. Just to really quickly show you, if make sure he doesn't fall over. I want him face planting the second we step away. But here it is next to, here's just scale-wise, this is the power-up figure. And then I don't have it here with me, but the, 5-inch line one or the basic line one or whatever is a little bit shorter than him. But they're basically feel like the same figure, right? Like with the same facial expression, basically. This guy looks like he doesn't have his mouth open as much because it's not as shallow, or not as deep, I guess, so you don't get that shadow, I meant to say. But I just kind of wish that they had different facial expressions, because I feel like I just got one figure that was used like a growing ray on it 3 different times, and it's just kind of awkward in that way. And as you could see, the only other real difference was that this guy's plastic is a little bit darker. But yeah, overall, this is just kind of an okay figure. As far as this and the other two go, if you're just a really big fan of a certain alien, I could sort of recommend checking them out, because they're really not bad figures by any means. They're pretty good looking. They convey the personality of the show. I just wish that they would have a little bit of variety in the facial expressions between the figures, so that if you are buying the different versions, you feel like you don't just have a large-scale version of the toy you just bought. But anyway, until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is Dawson Rider, signing out.